Hey Chad, I just want to let you know I just recently saw this film, right? It's called Notorious. I think you'll like it. Has a lot of action, has a lot of suspense. A little bit of thriller in it, and it's by Alfred Hitchcock. It was released in 1946, but don't let that deter you from watching it because it's a really good find though. And I think that like the overarching thing or like the plot of the story is it's about Alicia, and she's like a daughter of a Nazi who later gets like captured in the beginning, and he dies. And how do I put this? Like she's kind of converted into being a spy or persuaded, and she spies on her father's friend, Alexander, right? And that's kind of like the whole gist of the story. But getting into it, following Alicia, because I really think you'll like that character. Um, just how she's shot, just how Alfred Hitchcock shoots her and like shows her perspective is really well done in my opinion. Just from like the emotions she's shown from like her actions and how it's portrayed. Um, the use of like deep focus on her. Like she's in the foreground and her husband Alex is in like the backgrounds and shots when they're in the house scene. Also, there's this crazy crane shot that the movie is known for. You'll love that. It starts up in a wide, and then it zooms in all the way on Alicia to her hand, which is holding a key to like a wine cellar. And like out of everything going on in that party in that scene, they want to emphasize how important that key is, and I think they do a good job with that like long take of a shot. Also, just the lighting in the film, like the chiaroscuro lighting. Um, when Devlin, that's kind of her government agent assistant that's helping facilitate things and get her like in the country because she's currently in Brazil spying on Alex, who is a Nazi. Um, the scene, the wine cellar scene with her and Devlin and how it's lit, um, that's like beautiful cinema magic. Kind of, I feel like why people hold Alfred Hitchcock his films so high in regard, and they're trying to like find out information in that scene about what Alex is up to as a Nazi. Also, just her point of view perspective, like I was saying before, she's she's being poisoned in the latter part of the film by her husband Alex and her mother-in-law, and we get to see inside her head a little bit because like the camera does like a visual effect. Also, um, we get to see her like swaying around and moving, and for a film that came out of the 40s, I think that like that kind of like wavy hazy effect was kind of like groundbreaking because it just wasn't like used often to see. But overarching thing of the entire movie is patriotism because the U.S. government, and this film came out during like the end of the World War II, so you got to remember in context about what was going on, what was happening during the time. But besides that one, I think an underlining thing that kind of gets skipped over is femme fatale, where like the traditionally femme fatale is like you have the women trying to seduce a man. Typically, she using her like seductive looks, and she persuades or seduces him to do something she wants for her personal gain or benefit. Whereas now, the concept is flipped because it's more of the how I put it, the wrong woman. That's what I was thinking of. So the concept is flipped because it's the wrong woman in the sense of she was left by herself. When she's being poisoned from the tea that Alex and her mother-in-law gives her. Devlin is in there. The government, the U.S. government is in there. She's by herself. She has to like fiend or like fight for herself in the sense that she's the only one there. Whereas like traditional femme fatale is like Double Indemnity, a film by Billy Wilder, where she kind of like has people to help her and she gets what she wants in the very end. But overall, I think you'll like this film a lot, from the lighting to the concept to the underlying themes. And it's just a general like mysterious movie, as far as like you don't know what's going to happen, and like has the thriller aspect and suspense aspect to it. So Chad, give it a look. You'll probably like it, brother, and take care. Thanks.